Chapter 17, The Shadow in the Sky. The colossal shadow hovered above the orchard of echoes. Its body was made of swirling black mist, yet its crimson eyes were as real as blood. Every fruit tree in the orchard bent under its presence. The flowers that had just begun to bloom closed once again. Even the air felt heavy. Lin Yuan instinctively stepped in front of pebble and moss. The seed of resonance inside his satchel grew warm. It was reacting to the shadow. The figure noticed. Its lips curled into a faint smile. So, you already carry it. Its voice echoed like thunder. Hand over the seed of resonance. And I may allow your companions to leave this place alive. Lin Yuan met its gaze without flinching. I'm afraid I can't do that. The shadow laughed. A deep, ancient laugh that shook the orchard. Just like the first gardener. Always choosing hope over survival. Sylvan slowly stood beside Lin Yuan. His stone body was still cracked, but the sacred water had restored much of his strength. The ancient lion bared his fangs. I know that voice. The shadow tilted its head. It has been a long time, Sylvan. You still refuse to kneel. I never served you. No. The shadow chuckled. You served the garden. And that is why it fell. Lyria's hands trembled. Who are you? The shadow looked toward her. For a brief moment, sadness crossed its face. You have forgotten me. Perhaps that is mercy. Then the sadness disappeared. My name no longer matters. The world remembers me by only one title. The black mist spread across the sky. A system warning flashed before Lin Yuan. World threat detected. Title: The Hollow King. Status: Fragment of the corruption. Threat level: Unknown. Recommendation: Do not engage. Lin Yuan frowned. A fragment. The Hollow King smiled. My true body sleeps far beyond this garden. This is merely one shadow among many. Yet the pressure filling the orchard was overwhelming. If this was only a fragment, how powerful was the original? Without warning, the Hollow King raised one hand. Black spears formed in the sky. Hundreds of them. Each one pointed toward the heart tree. The garden should have died long ago. The spears fell like rain. Sylvan. The ancient guardian leaped into the air. His roar shook the orchard. He smashed dozens of spears with his claws. Pebble raised walls of stone. Moss covered the orchard with purified water. Lyria summoned towering waves from the whispering spring. Even together, they couldn't stop them all. Several black spears struck the heart tree. The ancient tree cried out in pain. Fresh corruption spread through its bark. No. Lin Yuan gripped Bloomicler tightly. He couldn't reach every spear. He needed something else. Then he remembered the Elder Root's final words. A gardener's greatest strength is never the seed. It's the one who believes the seed can bloom. Lin Yuan closed his eyes. He reached into his satchel. The seed of resonance floated into the air on its own. Its emerald and golden light spread across the orchard. Every living creature glowed. Every tree. Every flower. Every blade of grass. A warm voice echoed inside Lin Yuan's heart. Do you wish to stand alone? Or together? Lin Yuan smiled. Together. The seed of resonance answered. A brilliant wave of emerald light burst across the orchard. Every purified tree released streams of life energy. The whispering spring joined the flow. The heart tree answered. Even Sylvan's golden core shone brightly. Countless threads of emerald light connected everything. Lin Yuan. Pebble. Moss. Lyria. Sylvan. The heart tree. The entire orchard became one living network. A new system notification appeared. Legendary skill awakened. Garden domain. Rank: Legendary. Description: Within the garden domain, all allies share life, strength, and hope. The garden itself will fight alongside its keeper. The falling black spears slowed. Vines burst from the earth. Branches rose into the sky. Thousands of glowing leaves formed a giant emerald shield above the orchard. The remaining spears shattered against it. The Hollow King's smile slowly faded. So, it has awakened. For the first time since his arrival. The shadow looked at Lin Yuan not as an insect, but as a threat. Far beneath the heart tree, the ancient heartbeat echoed once more. This time, it answered the garden domain. Something older than the garden itself had begun to awaken. And the Hollow King's calm expression finally showed the first hint of concern. End of Chapter 17. Chapter 18, The Root Dragon. The emerald barrier shimmered above the orchard. Thousands of glowing leaves floated through the air, forming a dome that shielded every tree from the Hollow King's attack. For the first time since his arrival, the Hollow King stopped smiling. So, you've awakened the garden domain. His crimson eyes narrowed. It happened much sooner than I expected. Lin Yuan didn't answer. He could feel every corner of the orchard. The heart tree's pain. The whispering spring's flowing water. Pebble's excitement. Moss's determination. Sylvan's steady heartbeat. Everything was connected. The garden itself had become his greatest ally. The ground trembled again. Not because of the Hollow King. Something beneath the orchard was moving. The ancient heartbeat echoed once more. Thump. 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 Every root in the orchard glowed with golden light. The heart tree whispered. It is awake. The earth split open. Golden roots burst upward, spiraling toward the sky. The Hollow King's expression darkened. No. It shouldn't awaken yet. The roots twisted together. Scales formed. Massive claws emerged. A colossal head slowly rose above the orchard. It wasn't made of flesh. It was made entirely of living roots, ancient bark, emerald vines, and blooming flowers. Its antlers resembled the branches of a sacred tree. Golden leaves drifted around its enormous body. When it opened its eyes, they shone with gentle emerald light. The entire orchard fell silent. Even the wind seemed to stop. A notification appeared before Lin Yuan. Ancient Guardian awakened. Name: Aurelios. Title: Root Dragon. Status: Guardian of the World Root. Threat level: Ally. The Root Dragon slowly lowered its head. Its gaze rested on Lin Yuan. You carry the garden's hope. Its voice echoed calmly through every living plant. Lin Yuan instinctively bowed. Aurelios. The dragon smiled. I have waited for a very long time. The Hollow King laughed coldly. So even you survived. Aurelios turned toward the shadow. You should have remained asleep. The Hollow King's mist swirled violently. I nearly destroyed this garden once. I can do it again. The dragon's expression remained calm. Not while the garden keeper stands. Without warning, the Hollow King stretched out both arms. The sky darkened. Hundreds of black portals opened above the orchard. One after another, corrupted creatures began falling from them. Wolves, stone giants, winged serpents, corrupted spirits. Thousands of monsters descended like a living storm. Pebble gasped. P. Moss trembled. Sylvan lowered his body. So many. Lyria looked toward Lin Yuan. If they reach the heart tree, the orchard will fall. Lin Yuan stared at the endless army. Even with the garden domain, this was impossible. Then Aurelio spoke. Garden keeper. You restored life. You chose mercy. You awakened hope. Now, command your garden. The garden domain expanded. Every flower glowed. Every tree shook its branches. The ground itself answered Lin Yuan's will. He slowly raised Blumikler toward the sky. His voice echoed across the entire orchard. Protect the garden. The response came instantly. Thousands of vines burst from the earth. The fruit trees awakened. Their branches moved like living arms. Silver apples became streaks of light, striking corrupted birds from the sky. Golden peaches exploded with warm energy, purifying monsters on contact. Blue pears released freezing mist, trapping corrupted beasts. Even the flowers joined the battle. Glowing pollen drifted across the battlefield, weakening corruption wherever it spread. The orchard, was fighting. The Hollow King's eyes narrowed. So the garden remembers. He slowly lifted one finger. A single black seed appeared above his palm. Unlike every seed Lin Yuan had seen, this one absorbed light instead of reflecting it. The heart tree trembled violently. Aurelio's calm expression disappeared. The void seed. Lin Yuan frowned. What is that? The dragon's voice became heavy. It is the only seed that should never be planted. The Hollow King smiled. But it already has been. Far beyond the orchard of echoes. Deep within the darkest region of the Forgotten Garden. A massive black tree suddenly burst through the ground. Its branches pierced the cavern ceiling. Its leaves were as dark as night. Its roots spread in every direction, poisoning everything they touched. The Hollow King looked at Lin Yuan. The race has begun. You will grow your garden. And I will grow mine. The battle for the Forgotten Garden had entered a new stage. No longer a fight for survival, but a war between two gardens. End of Chapter 18. Chapter 19, Two Gardens. Silence settled over the orchard. Far beyond the hills, a pillar of black light pierced the cavern ceiling. The newly awakened black tree towered above the dead landscape. Its branches stretched endlessly, swallowing the glow of the crystals overhead. Where its roots spread, life disappeared. Flowers crumbled into ash. Rivers turned black. The corruption was no longer hiding. It had planted its own garden. The Hollow King looked at Lin Yuan with calm eyes. Do you understand now? This was never a battle between you and me. It is a battle between two ways of life. He slowly raised the black seed. One garden nurtures. The other consumes. The void seed dissolved into black mist and disappeared. You have 1 month. If your garden grows faster than mine, you may still have hope. If not, the Forgotten Garden will become the Forgotten Grave. The shadow faded into countless black birds. Within seconds, the Hollow King was gone. The battlefield became quiet. The corrupted monsters that had survived retreated toward the distant black tree. They no longer attacked blindly. They moved with purpose, as though someone was calling them home. Sylvan watched them disappear. They're gathering. Lyria folded her arms. He's building an army. Lin Yuan remained silent. His eyes never left the distant black light. So am I. A system notification appeared. Main quest updated. The War of Two Gardens. Time remaining, 30 days. Objectives. Restore 3 new regions. Expand the garden domain. Grow the seed of resonance. Discover the source of the void tree. Reward. The Forgotten Garden will enter its second bloom. Failure. The garden will be consumed. Pebble tugged on Lin Yuan's sleeve. P. Lin Yuan smiled. Looks like we have a lot of work to do. That evening, everyone gathered beneath the heart tree. For the first time, the ancient tree looked healthy. Fresh fruit covered its branches. Golden flowers bloomed around its roots. The heart tree spoke softly. The orchard has been restored. It is time for you to receive its blessing. One silver fruit floated down into Lin Yuan's hands. Unlike the previous fruits, this one pulsed with ancient energy. He took a bite. Sweetness filled his mouth. Warm life energy spread through his entire body. A notification appeared. Garden Keeper level up. Level 5 right pointing arrow level 8. New talent unlocked. Botanical insight. You can now identify the hidden potential of magical plants. At that moment, Lin Yuan's vision changed. Every tree in the orchard was surrounded by glowing lines. Some roots connected to hidden springs. Others reached forgotten ruins beneath the earth. Then he noticed something strange. One root extended far beyond the orchard. It led toward a mountain hidden in the darkness. At its summit, a single golden flower bloomed. It was the only source of light in that entire region. What is that? The heart tree rustled. The sun blossom. It is one of the 4 primordial flowers. Without its light, the garden domain can never expand. Lyria nodded. But the mountain is called. Quote dot dot dot. The Valley of Silent Thorns. No garden keeper has returned from there. Sylvan stood. Then we leave at first light. Before anyone could respond, a tiny voice echoed from the orchard entrance. Excuse me. Everyone turned. A young girl stood nervously beneath the trees. She looked no older than 12. Her silver hair reached her waist. She wore a tattered green cloak covered in dust. Behind her stood a small white fox with glowing blue eyes. The girl bowed respectfully. My name is Elia. I followed the light of the garden. Her eyes filled with hope. Please. Can you save my village? Lin Yuan looked at the frightened child. Behind her, he could see black corruption slowly creeping across the distant hills. Someone else had survived in the Forgotten Garden. And they needed his help. The garden was no longer just a place to restore. It had people depending on it. Lin Yuan smiled gently. Tell me what happened. Elia took a shaky breath. The black forest has started moving. The words sent a chill through everyone present. Even Aurelios, the root dragon, slowly lifted his head. The black forest, he whispered. So the void tree has already begun spreading its first domain. The race against the Hollow King had truly begun. End of Chapter 19. Chapter 20. The Last Village. Night settled over the Orchard of Echoes. Lantern flowers bloomed beneath the heart tree, filling the air with a soft emerald glow. Elia sat quietly beside the whispering spring, nervously holding a warm bowl of fruit soup that Lyria had prepared. It was the first proper meal she had eaten in days. Lin Yuan waited patiently. When she finished, he smiled. You don't have to rush. The young girl lowered her head. Thank you. Her small white fox curled up beside her, watching everyone with cautious blue eyes. Pebble offered it a glowing berry. The fox sniffed it for a moment before happily eating it. Within seconds, Pebble and Moss were playing with their new friend. For the first time since arriving, Elia smiled. My village is called Green Hollow, she began. It lies beyond the Valley of Silent Thorns. We survived because the elders protected us with an ancient barrier. She looked toward the distant black light. But 3 days ago, the forest started growing. Not naturally. It moved. Lin Yuan frowned. Moved. Elia nodded. The trees pull themselves from the ground every night. They surround another house. They whisper people's names. And by morning, that house is gone. Silence filled the orchard. Even Sylvan's ears flattened. The black forest has awakened. Lyria looked troubled. The void tree is spreading its roots. It's creating living forests of corruption. Lin Yuan asked quietly. How many people are left? Elia's eyes filled with tears. When I escaped. Only 47. The number echoed in Lin Yuan's mind. 47. Not an army. Not a kingdom. Just ordinary people trying to survive. He stood. We leave at sunrise. Before dawn, Lin Yuan prepared for the journey. Using botanical insight, he carefully harvested several magical plants from the restored orchard. Silver apples. Moon herbs. Healing moss. Spirit vines. The garden interface displayed each item with glowing descriptions. For the first time, Lin Yuan wasn't collecting crops for himself. He was preparing supplies for others. A new notification appeared. Side quest. Hope of Green Hollow. Objective. Protect the last village. Reward. Village trust. Garden reputation. Hidden seed. Lin Yuan accepted the quest. Just as the group prepared to leave, the heart tree called out. Garden keeper. A single branch lowered toward him. Hanging from it was a small leather pouch woven from living vines. This is the gardener's satchel. It carries more than it appears. Lin Yuan opened it. The inside was impossibly large. Rows of shelves stretched into the distance. There was space for seeds, tools, herbs, and harvested fruit. A notification appeared. Legendary storage item acquired. Gardener's satchel. Special effect. Items related to nature never spoil while stored inside. Lin Yuan smiled. This will make traveling much easier. The group set out. Lin Yuan, Pebble, Moss, Lyria, Sylvan, Aurelios remained behind to guard the heart tree. I cannot leave while the garden is still weak, the root dragon said. But my roots will watch over you. Several hours later, they reached the edge of the Valley of Silent Thorns. The beautiful scenery disappeared. The ground turned grey. The air grew cold. Twisted thorn bushes covered the hills. No birds sang. No insects buzzed. Even the wind was silent. Elia pointed ahead. My village. Lin Yuan followed her gaze. Far in the distance, a small village stood behind a fading emerald barrier. Dozens of frightened villagers waited inside. Outside the barrier, thousands of black trees stood perfectly still. Watching. Waiting. Not one branch moved. Not one leaf rustled. Yet Lin Yuan could feel it. Every tree was alive. Every tree was looking at him. Then, one by one, the black trees slowly turned. Their branches pointed toward the garden keeper. Deep within the forest, a low whisper spread from tree to tree. The gardener has come. The entire black forest began to move. End of chapter 20. Chapter 21, The Forest That Walked. The black forest moved. Not with the wind. Not with magic alone. The trees tore their own roots from the earth. With slow, deliberate steps, thousands of black trunks advanced toward Green Hollow. The sound of splintering wood echoed across the valley. Every step brought them closer. Every step tightened the village's fear. Inside the emerald barrier, frightened children clung to their parents. Old men gripped rusted farming tools. No one spoke. They had seen this nightmare too many nights before. Lin Yuan tightened his grip on Bloomicler. So this is the Black Forest. Lyria nodded grimly. It isn't a forest anymore. It's an army. The villagers noticed Elia first. Elia. The village gate opened just enough for her to slip through. An elderly man with a long white beard rushed forward and embraced her. You came back. We thought we'd lost you. Elia pointed toward Lin Yuan. Elder Rowan. He's the garden keeper. Silence spread across the village. Everyone looked at Lin Yuan. Some stared with hope. Others with disbelief. One young man stepped forward. A garden keeper. My grandfather told stories about them. But they're all dead. Lin Yuan smiled gently. Not all of them. The emerald barrier flickered. Cracks spread across its surface. Elder Rowan sighed. It won't survive another night. He led Lin Yuan to the center of the village. There, an ancient stone well stood beneath a dying oak tree. Its leaves had nearly all fallen. The barrier draws power from this tree, Rowan explained. It has protected Green Hollow for generations. But now, it's dying. Lin Yuan knelt beside the oak. Using botanical insight, glowing lines appeared around its trunk. A notification appeared. Ancient Guardian Oak. Status, critically drained. Corruption, 38%. Recommendation. Restore life energy immediately. We can still save it, Lin Yuan said. He poured sacred water from the gardener's watering can onto the tree's roots. The thirsty earth drank every drop. Then Lin Yuan pressed Bloomicler gently against the trunk. Verdant resonance. Emerald light flowed into the oak. The dying bark slowly regained its rich brown color. Tiny green leaves appeared on the highest branches. The villagers gasped. It's growing. It's alive. Children laughed as fresh leaves drifted down around them. The emerald barrier surrounding the village brightened. Several cracks vanished. A notification appeared. Guardian Oak restored to 52% health. Village barrier strength increased. For the first time in weeks, hope returned to Green Hollow. The villagers gathered around Lin Yuan. Some offered bread. Others brought baskets of dried fruit. An elderly woman bowed with tears in her eyes. Thank you. Lin Yuan accepted nothing except a smile. We'll protect this village together. As sunset approached, Sylvan suddenly growled. They're coming. Everyone turned toward the forest. The walking trees had stopped. A narrow path opened between them. Something was approaching. Heavy footsteps echoed through the valley. Thud, thud, thud. A gigantic figure emerged from the darkness. It was nearly 4 meters tall. Its body was made of black wood reinforced with twisted iron vines. An enormous axe rested across its shoulder. Its eyes glowed crimson. Unlike the walking trees, this creature wore armor. Lyria's face paled. A forest warden. The void tree has begun creating commanders. A system notification appeared. Elite enemy detected. Corrupted forest warden. Rank A. Skill. Commands living forest. Warning. Nearby corrupted trees receive increased strength. The forest warden raised its massive axe. It slammed the weapon into the ground. Boom! Thousands of walking trees answered. Their branches twisted together, forming ladders and bridges. Some uprooted themselves and charged directly toward the village. Others hurled razor-sharp branches through the air. The siege had begun. Lin Yuan stepped onto the village wall. He looked at the terrified villagers behind him. Then at the endless sea of corrupted trees ahead. He raised Blumikler high into the air. His calm voice echoed across Green Hollow. Tonight, no one loses their home. The emerald barrier blazed brighter than ever before. And for the first time since the Black Forest awakened, the people of Green Hollow stopped running. They stood beside the garden keeper, ready to fight. End of Chapter 22. The Siege of Green Hollow. The first wave struck just after sunset. A deafening crash echoed across the valley as hundreds of walking trees slammed into the emerald barrier. The shield rippled violently. Glowing cracks spread across its surface. Inside Green Hollow, children cried. Parents held them close. Every villager stared at the barrier, praying it would survive one more night. The corrupted forest warden slowly lifted its massive axe. Its crimson eyes burned with cold intelligence. Unlike the mindless corrupted beasts Lin Yuan had fought before, this enemy commanded an army. Everyone stay calm, Lin Yuan shouted. His voice echoed through the village. We're stronger than we think. The frightened villagers looked at him. Their fear hadn't disappeared. But neither had their hope. Elder Rowan stepped forward. We've hidden long enough. He raised an old wooden spear. If the garden keeper is willing to fight for us, then we'll fight for our home. One by one, the villagers nodded. Farmers picked up shovels. Blacksmiths carried heavy hammers. Hunters prepared their worn bows. No one was a soldier. But everyone had something worth protecting. The forest warden rode. Its axe glowed with black energy. The walking trees immediately changed formation. Instead of attacking randomly, they surrounded the village from every direction. They're cutting off our escape, Lyria whispered. Lin Yuan smiled. Good. Everyone looked at him in surprise. If they're surrounding us, they've made the same mistake. He knelt and placed Blumikler against the earth. Garden domain. Emerald light spread beneath Green Hollow. The dry ground trembled. Fresh grass burst through the cracks. Wildflowers bloomed between the houses. Roots from the restored guardian oak spread beneath the village like living veins. The entire village became part of the garden. A new notification appeared. Temporary territory established. Green Hollow Sanctuary. Effects. Villagers gain increased stamina. Crops rapidly regenerate. Corruption spreads 60% slower. All allies receive minor healing. The villagers gasped. Their tired bodies suddenly felt lighter. Old wounds stopped hurting. Even broken fences began repairing themselves as vines wrapped around the damaged wood. Pebble laughed happily. P. The forest warden sensed the change. It slammed its axe into the ground again. Destroy. The command echoed through the corrupted forest. Thousands of roots erupted beneath the village. Houses shook violently. A watchtower collapsed. Incoming, Sylvan roared. The ancient guardian leaped forward, smashing the corrupted roots with his massive claws. Moss released a powerful wave of purified water, dissolving the smaller vines before they could reach the villagers. Lyria created shimmering walls of water around the children and elderly. But the attacks kept coming. The enemy wasn't trying to win quickly. It was exhausting them. Lin Yuan watched carefully. The Forest Warden never moved from its position. It simply commanded the forest. That's it. He smiled. The commander isn't the strongest. It's the most important. He pointed Blumikler toward the giant. Sylvan. The lion immediately understood. You found its weakness. I'll clear the path. With a mighty roar, Sylvan charged into the corrupted army. Walking trees were thrown aside like leaves in a storm. Pebble raised stone pillars beneath Sylvan's feet, launching the massive lion over the front lines. Moss covered his body with purified water, protecting him from the corrupt vines. The villagers watched in amazement. For the first time, the corrupted army was retreating. The Forest Warden finally moved. It lifted its enormous axe and met Sylvan head-on. Boom! The impact shook the entire valley. Sylvan slid backward several meters. The Warden remained standing. Its strength was terrifying. Lin Yuan narrowed his eyes. This won't be enough. Just then, a young voice called out behind him. Garden Keeper. Lin Yuan turned. It was Elia. She held an old map made from tree bark. I found this beneath the elder's house. It belonged to my grandfather. The map showed Green Hollow. But beneath the village, there was something unexpected. A network of ancient tunnels. And at their center was a symbol Lin Yuan recognized instantly. The symbol of the first gardener. Lyria's eyes widened. This village. It wasn't built here by chance. Elder Rowan slowly nodded. Our ancestors were garden keepers. They swore to protect something hidden beneath Green Hollow. Before anyone could ask what it was, the ground beneath the ancient oak split open. A warm golden light rose from deep underground. Something sealed for centuries had begun to awaken. End of Chapter 22. Chapter 23, The Hidden Sanctuary. The golden light grew brighter. The entire village trembled as ancient runes appeared around the roots of the guardian oak. The corrupted Forest Warden stopped attacking. Its crimson eyes locked onto the glowing tree. For the first time, fear appeared on its wooden face. It knows, Lyria whispered. It knows what's buried beneath Green Hollow. The roots of the guardian oak slowly moved aside. A circular stone staircase appeared beneath the village square. Warm air drifted upward. It carried the fragrance of fresh flowers. Lin Yuan looked at Elder Rowan. You knew this was here. The old man nodded slowly. My family has guarded this secret for generations. But none of us could open the sanctuary. We were told to wait. Until a true garden keeper returned. Lin Yuan took a deep breath. Then let's see what our ancestors protected. Leaving Sylvan to defend the village entrance, Lin Yuan, Lyria, Pebble, Moss, Elia, and Elder Rowan descended into the hidden passage. The deeper they went, the brighter the walls became. Glowing vines covered the ancient stone. Crystal flowers bloomed from tiny cracks. Unlike the surface, there wasn't a trace of corruption. It's beautiful, Elia whispered. It feels like the garden. Lyria smiled. It was built by garden keepers. The corruption has never touched this place. At the bottom of the staircase stood a massive circular chamber. In its center was a beautiful tree made entirely of crystal. Its branches held dozens of glowing seeds suspended like stars. Ancient murals covered the surrounding walls. Lin Yuan walked closer. One mural showed the first gardener standing beside 4 enormous flowers. Another showed countless villages connected by glowing roots. The final mural showed a black tree rising from the earth. While garden keepers desperately tried to stop it, Lin Yuan frowned. So the void tree existed even back then. No, a calm voice answered. It did not. Everyone spun around. An elderly woman made of emerald light stood beside the crystal tree. Her long silver hair flowed to the ground. Her robes shimmered like morning dew. A notification appeared. Ancient spirit detected. Name, Iris. Title, Keeper of the Seed Vault. Status, Guardian Spirit. The spirit smiled warmly. I have waited for 1,000 years. She looked directly at Lin Yuan. Welcome, Garden Keeper. Lin Yuan bowed respectfully. I'm honored. Iris gestured toward the crystal tree. This is the seed vault. Before the garden fell, every rare plant in the world was preserved here. Pebble's eyes sparkled. Moss bounced excitedly beneath the glowing branches. Lin Yuan examined the floating seeds. Each one carried a different aura. Golden, blue, silver, crimson. A system window appeared. Ancient seed vault. Available seeds. Sun blossom seed. Moon wine seed. Thunder bamboo seed. Sky lotus seed. Status. Locked. Requirement. Garden rank D. Lin Yuan sighed. So I still have a long way to go. Iris chuckled. Power should be earned, not inherited. Suddenly, the chamber shook violently. A loud crash echoed from above. Sylvan's roar reached them through the tunnel. The barrier has fallen. Elia gasped. The village. Another explosion followed. Pieces of stone fell from the ceiling. Iris closed her eyes. The Forest Warden has realized what lies beneath us. She walked toward the crystal tree. One glowing seed floated into her hand. This is all I can give you for now. She placed the seed in Lin Yuan's palm. A notification appeared. Rare item acquired. Guardian Wine Seed. Grade, Epic. Ability. When planted, it grows into a living vine that protects nearby allies and restrains corrupted creatures. Lin Yuan smiled. This is exactly what we need. Iris nodded. Go. Protect the people. The seed vault will remain here, waiting for the day you are strong enough to unlock its full power. Lin Yuan and his companions raced back toward the surface. As they emerged from the hidden passage, their hearts sank. The emerald barrier had shattered. Half the village was in flames. Villagers fought desperately in the streets. The corrupted Forest Warden stood inside Green Hollow. Its massive axe rested on its shoulder. It had broken through. The monster slowly turned toward Lin Yuan. Then, it smiled. A deep, unnatural voice echoed from within its wooden body. I found you. Garden Keeper. Behind the warden, dozens of corrupted trees entered the village. The final battle for Green Hollow had begun. End of Chapter 23. Chapter 24, The Guardian Vine. Flames spread through Green Hollow. Smoke rose into the dark sky as villagers desperately carried children and elders toward the village square. The corrupted Forest Warden stood in the middle of the burning streets, its crimson eyes glowing brighter than ever. Around it, hundreds of walking trees crushed homes beneath their roots. Lin Yuan's heart tightened. This ends today. He reached into the gardener's satchel and pulled out the guardian vine seed. The tiny seed pulsed with emerald light, as if it had been waiting for this moment. A system notification appeared. Epic Quest. Guardian of Green Hollow. Objective. Plant the guardian vine and protect the village core. Reward. Garden Rank D Promotion. Guardian Spirit Contract. New territory unlocked. Lin Yuan ran toward the ancient guardian oak. This is the only place. He dug a small hole beside the tree with blumikla. Then he carefully placed the guardian vine seed into the soil. Finally, he poured sacred water from the gardener's watering can. The earth began to glow. Nothing happened for several seconds. The Forest Warden laughed. Too late. It raised its enormous axe. Just before the blade could fall. Boom! The ground exploded. A gigantic emerald vine burst from beneath the village. It wrapped around the guardian oak like a protective dragon. More vines erupted from every street, climbing walls and rooftops. Within moments, a living fortress surrounded Green Hollow. The villagers stared in disbelief. The village. It's growing. The guardian vine continued expanding. Massive leaves formed natural shields above the houses. Thick vines pulled burning buildings away from the flames. Smaller vines gently guided frightened children towards safe shelters. It wasn't just a plant. It was protecting them. A new notification appeared. Guardian vine successfully awakened. Village defense plus 300%. Corruption resistance increased. Living fortress established. The Forest Warden roared with fury. It swung its axe, cutting through several giant vines. But each severed vine immediately regrew. Lin Yuan smiled. As long as the guardian oak stands, the vines will never stop growing. The warden's crimson eyes narrowed. It had found its true target. The ancient oak. Protect the tree, Lin Yuan shouted. Sylvan leaped in front of the guardian oak, stopping the warden's next attack with his massive claws. The impact shattered the ground. Pebble raised stone walls around the villagers. Moss covered the battlefield with purified water, weakening the corruption spreading from the enemy. Lyria lifted both hands. Rain of glowing droplets fell from the sky. Every injured villager touched by the rain felt their wounds slowly heal. For the first time, the people of Green Hollow weren't merely surviving. They were fighting back. The Forest Warden suddenly slammed both hands into the ground. Black roots erupted beneath the village. Instead of attacking, they wrapped around the guardian vine. The corruption began spreading through its emerald leaves. No, Elia cried. The vibrant green leaves slowly turned black. The guardian vine trembled. It was being poisoned. Lin Yuan closed his eyes. He could feel the vine's fear through the garden domain. Then he remembered the words of the elder root. Life given freely returns 1,000-fold. He smiled. I understand now. Instead of forcing more power into the vine, Lin Yuan placed his hand against its trunk. Share our strength. The garden domain expanded. Warm emerald threads connected everyone. The villagers. Sylvan. Pebble. Moss. Lyria. The guardian oak. Even the frightened white fox. Each willingly shared a tiny part of their life energy. The corruption stopped spreading. The black roots cracked. Fresh green leaves burst forth across the guardian vine. A brilliant emerald flower bloomed at its highest branch. A notification appeared. Hidden skill activated. Garden blessing. Effect. When allies willingly unite, corruption is greatly weakened and all plant guardians evolve. The guardian vine glowed with dazzling light. Its branches wrapped around the Forest Warden, binding its arms and legs. For the first time since the battle began, the mighty commander couldn't move. Lin Yuan slowly walked forward, Blumikla shining in his hands. The Forest Warden struggled violently. Then, beneath its wooden armor, a faint golden light flickered. Someone, or something, was still trapped inside. Lin Yuan stopped. This isn't just a monster, he whispered. There's a person in there. The Forest Warden's crimson eyes flickered to gold for a single heartbeat. A weak voice escaped its lips. Quote. Help me. End of chapter 24.